Well, first of all, your setup piece was, typically very unbiased. Let me first, before I start answering all the detailed questions, let me just talk about why I'm pretty sympathetic with what President Trump has gone through. I'm 64 years old. I have never in my lifetime seen a president, after being elected, not having some measure of well wishes from his opponents. I've never seen a president's administration be sabotaged from the day after election. I've never seen no measure of honeymoon whatsoever. And so what President Trump's had to endure, a false accusation. By the way, you've got John Brennan on. You ought to ask Director Brennan, what did Peter Strzok mean when he texted Lisa Page on December 15, 2016?
Senator,
quote,
can we?
Senator, no, Chuck, let me finish.
What does this have to do
have begun
with
leaking like
Ukraine?
Mad, scorned and
what
worried.
What does this have to do with Ukraine?
It has everything to do with Ukraine. Now listen, think our sisters have begun leaking like mad, scorned and worried and political. They're kicking into overdrive. Now, that was December 15th. 6 days before that is when we first started hearing the CIA leaking about Russia supporting the Trump campaign. That is why Trump is so upset. He had this false narrative that resulted in him being set up by James Comey on January 16th. Then he has a special counsel appointed that has hampered his entire investigation, his entire administration. And now, once that was proven false, he would like to know, and I would like to know, and I know his supporters would like to know, where did this all come from? Who planted that false story?
Senator,
who leaked? I have my third letter into the Inspector General of the Intelligence Committee asking to just confirm, are you investigating those leaks that Peter Strzok talked about in that text?
Senator, I have no idea
why. No, that's a setup. It is entirely irrelevant to this point.
Why a Fox News conspiracy propaganda stuff is popping up on here? I have no idea.
It is not.
I have no idea why we're going here.
That is
Senator,
because
I'm
this
asking
is underlying
about,
exactly why President Trump is upset and why his supporters are upset at the news media.
Okay, this is not about the media. Senator Johnson, Senator Johnson, please. Can we please answer the question that I asked you instead of trying to make Donald Trump feel better here that you're not criticizing him? I'm just trying to ask you a simple question of what made you wince. I'm asking a simple question about you clearly were upset that somehow there was an implication that military aid was being frozen because the president wanted an investigation.
Speaking of an agenda, that's what we saw with Chuck Todd and Ron Johnson, a successful businessman who made his money in plastics and actually is giving back to the country what he's supposed to do after having success. He's literally out there just trying to help, and he's the least partisan person that you'll ever talk to in party politics. Listen to this battle.
I have my third letter into the Inspector General of the Intelligence Committee asking to just confirm, are you investigating those leaks that Peter Strzok talked about in that text?
Senator, I have no idea why.
No, that's a setup. It is entirely irrelevant to this point.
Why a Fox News conspiracy propaganda stuff is popping up on here? I have no idea.
It is not.
I have no idea why we're going here.
That is
Senator,
because
I'm
this is
asking
underlying exactly why President Trump is upset and why his supporters are upset at the news media.
Okay, this is not about the media. Senator Johnson, Senator Johnson, please.
Do you believe this? That's Senator Johnson, the most level-headed guy. He can't take it anymore.
You know, I'm telling you right now, he should have walked off that set. Chuck Todd is a disgrace to humankind. How this guy pretends still to be a journalist to this day is an embarrassment. Calling out this network. Hey, guys, listen, I don't usually do props here. Here's an article, okay? Let's say Fox News at the top. Let me read you the headline here. Ukrainian efforts to sabotage Trump backfire. That says Politico. That doesn't say Fox News. What's the date on this? January of 2017. Chuck Todd needs to resign in absolute disgrace. He should issue a full-throated apology to Ron Johnson, and no credible Republican should appear on that network again. And let's just get one thing straight here. Chuck Todd, who works for NBC of all places, the network that hosts Roswell Rachel, who for 2 years hosted people swearing the collusion hoax was real. We're the Conspiracy Theory Network? The network that actually nailed this story from day one? We're the Conspiracy Theory Network? And what about this new Politico story in Ukraine? What about this story? Is it a theory? Brian, this is a serious question. What's a theory? Did Hunter Biden work at Burisma in Ukraine? Yes, fact. Was the prosecutor investigating that lucrative deal for Biden's kid fired by, and then did Biden go on tape wanting him fired? Fact. Those are facts. That's not a theory. The fact that NBC is not remotely interested in getting to the bottom of why that may have happened, that's their problem as a fake news network. That's not our problem here. But don't you dare go on the air, you partisan hack, you loser, and call this network out, because we have nailed this story for 2 straight years while you've poked fun at us and poked the bear. That was a disgraceful episode, and I can hear it in your voice too, Brian. I know you're a really measured guy as well. Before the break, this is very upsetting what happened with this guy. He needs to resign and apologize. Nailed it. What a joke.
But he won't. He'll probably get a raise. Dan.
He probably will. But that's why their ratings are in the can. That's why Rachel Maddow, people are leaving her show in droves, because you can only get hosts for so long by these people.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
I am